Hey everybody, and welcome to your first tip of the week with Helping Hands. Today we're going to be going over MGs and suppression mechanics in Company of Heroes 3. Here we have an MG34 from the DAC. They're set up on some sandbags and a bit of barbed wire there. Always a good idea to stop enemies from utilising the cover that you've built. And basically what an MG does is they suppress and pin enemy infantry. So here we have a rifleman. Well, MG will fire upon the rifleman, and once it's suppressed, the units will drop to the ground and they'll have this kind of yellow triangle over them. They can still move around at this point until they are then suppressed a bit further, which will then mean that they are pinned with a red triangle. Now, pinned units are unable to do anything. They're stuck there like that on the ground, and they take increased damage. The only thing you could do now to save this squad is retreat it. So you just press the R button there. So you click on your unit, and then you click R, and your unit will just retreat back. Another thing that can help you if you are pinned is if you drop smoke on top of that unit, and then that will block the line of sight from the MG to that unit, that rifleman squad, so that the MG will stop firing, and then after a short amount of time that squad will then stand back up again and you'll be able to micro it again. If they are just suppressed, they can still move around, and maybe you might be able to pull back in time to behind some cover so they're not get fully pinned. If you're completely exposed, like that rifleman squad was on the road there, they will absolutely get decimated. And yeah, and also one other thing is, if they are squads that generally are just even suppressed, they can fire a little bit of damage out, but they will not be very effective at all. So pretty much as soon as a squad gets even caught out in the open like that, and you've got no hope in hell of getting them back to cover before they get pinned, the best thing you could do is just instantly retreat them. You've just been caught with your pants down basically. So, but the best way then to take the least amount of damage as possible, just retreat straight back to base. Okay guys, now I'm going to give you an example of what to do if you do get yourself suppressed. So here it comes. Here we go, we're suppressing it. So now the unit is not going to be very good. But here comes the smoke. And now the smoke is going to stop me from firing. And that's going to allow this rifleman to stand up and then push me. So now what I would do as an Axis player would be have to run, I would try and pull back away from the smoke and set my machine gun up again. But it's quite dangerous because the rifleman's pushing through the smoke right now and to get on top of me. He might lob a grenade, so you want to make sure that you've got yourself enough time to back up, maybe got some units nearby to cover the retreat of your machine gun as well. But that's one way to save your rifleman or any infantry you've got that's maybe suppressed by a machine gun, is to smoke it so it can't see and can't continue shooting you. Next up, I'm going to show you guys how effective a machine gun is against multiple infantries. A lot of people, what they tend to do is they blob up a lot of infantry in a big ball. One machine gun behind cover, like green cover here, can be really good at dealing with a huge blob, as you're about to witness. So here comes Jack and his blob of infantry. Notice how 3 squads instantly get suppressed. I'm going to swap my machine gun and manually turn it to face the units that are flanking me on the right. And you can see, look, there you go. Pretty much flank the rest of the units, but keep making sure to manually face the unit that's to get up. But imagine if I had a few more other units, some grenadiers or whatever, I can do quite well here and suppress and deal with a lot of this infantry here. My MG there costs me about 240 manpower. All of his units are well in excess of 1,000 manpower. So you can see if you place an MG42 like this or any kind of machine gun in a really good spot, you can easily deal damage against a lot of infantry and deal with blobs. So if you could try and bait units into a machine gun like this, the best thing that your opponent could do right now is probably retreat. There's one way to stop getting suppressed or not receive suppression in the first place, and that is by putting your units fully in green cover in the direction that the MG is firing you from. So let's say I set my own machine gun up over here and start shooting this rifleman squad. I will not be able to suppress it, as you'll now see. I will be doing a little bit of damage to it, however, but this unit can still move around, do all its abilities, and still be at 100% combat efficiency as it is not suppressed. Yeah, so there you go. If you keep moving around while even in green cover, you will get suppressed. You need to make sure you're staying still inside that green cover. Now, even if you're in green cover and you're suppressed, you won't be taking too much damage because of the green cover bonus still. And I don't believe in Code 3 at the moment that if you fully stay in green cover and don't move, I don't believe that once you have become suppressed in the first instance, you then lose the suppression. Code 2, you were able to do this, but I don't think in Code 3 that is the case as of current testing that I've done so far. So as you can see, they're still suppressed, and they're not going to be dishing much damage out, but they're still not receiving much damage themselves. Okay? So now, guys, I'm going to talk about how cover is directional here against suppression. So look, this rifleman was benefiting from green cover from this side, but if I was to move my machine gun on this angle over here and shoot this rifleman squad, I should suppress it because they're not actually benefiting from cover from this side. So as you can see here, there you go, instantly pretty much suppressed. because they, were not benefiting from cover from this other angle, as I had his flanking angle. And look, I pinned him as well there. And that's why, guys, you always need to make sure that you're always facing enemy machine guns and all enemy units while in the cover that faces those weapons. Now, I'll just show you guys that also light cover, which is indicated by like a yellow-orange shield, also does not save you from suppression if you are even facing the enemy MG from that cover. So I'm just going to set my machine gun up now, and Jack's going to move his units into that light cover right now. So see, he's in cover there, but pretty much instantly suppressed because the light cover does not grant you immunity from suppression, even if it's in the right direction. You also take more damage as well in light cover than green cover, if you did not know that. And one last thing as well to add there, though, that if you are in light cover, it does take a bit longer for you to become suppressed than if you were out in the open. So guys, there are 4 MG teams in Company of Heroes 3. There's the M19 machine gun team for the Americans. For the Africa Corps, it's the MG34 team. For the Werhmacht, it's the MG42 team. For the British, it's the Vickers machine gun team. There are also other units in the game, like half-tracks, like this one over here, the flat Werveling half-track, which can suppress with its big gun like this, its flat gun here. So we're going to see what happens now when infantry engage this flat half-track. Here's the flat Werveling opening up on these squads. You can see that my flat Werveling does a bit of suppression as well here. And if I continue to shoot these units, they will eventually get pinned as well. But notice that this unit is quite lightly armoured, so these bars are actually going to do quite a bit of damage. And unlike the machine gun, it doesn't really do an AoE spread of suppression. So I can only really suppress one unit at a time here. There's even some infantry units like the Americans with their bars. Once they get Veteran C1, they can upgrade to an ability which allows them to suppress enemy infantry, which you're about to now see. So they've now activated their ability, which you can see by this icon here. And there you go, suppressed. And now my unit, again, is not very combat effective, and I can't really get away quickly from this area. But activating this ability from the rifleman is a great way to help you win an engagement, because when units are suppressed like this, they become, like I said earlier, practically useless in combat. They can still lob their grenades if they're suppressed and things like that, but they can't really use their guns effectively. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video, but before I end today, I know many of you have been asking me about where to buy Company Heroes 3, among other keys, online, while also supporting my channel, and now you can. Check out Fanatical. To get access to Fanatical, all you got to do is scroll down on one of my videos, in the About section, click here, or on this link down here in the comment section, and you're taken to the Fanatical website. Fanatical website has amazing Trustpilot reviews, lots of customers, and officially licensed games. So not only are you supporting me when you purchase a game from here, you're also supporting the developers and publishers, and it's generally cheaper on this website than it would be on Steam as well. Let's just have a look at Company Heroes 3 specifically. So if you type in Company Heroes 3 at the top, you are then brought to this page. You can see it's 12% off here. On Steam, it's about 50 quid. So you're saving yourself a bit of money there. You can see the different launch editions. You've got this edition here, the launch one, or the premium edition. And you can also, which I love about this website, is going to over here on the view all and seeing whether the game key will activate in your country or not. So you can check before you buy, which is great. They also do some nice offers as well. As you can see, you get 5% off your next order if you purchase Company Heroes 3. So yeah, guys, if you decide to use the website, thank you so much. No stress if not. It's just another way. If you wanted to support the channel, that's how to do it. Thanks for watching again, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.